Okay, I'm back, and now we want to talk about how to store things on your calculator and then how to recall them. So this particular calculator has, I believe, three different memories. So it's got memory 1, memory 2, and then memory 3. You want to check out your calculator to see how many memories it has. It may only have one memory, but this particular model has, I think, three different memories in it. So what we want to do here is use the store button. So that is going to be this one here that says STO. So STO stands for store, and we're going to store a number into memory. So the number that we want to put into memory is this really, really nasty looking number here. So 5.03785. So it's a number. I deliberately picked a very, very large number because you do not want to take that number and multiply it by 5, write down the answer, and then type in that number again, multiply it by 7, get a number, and then type in this number again, and then multiply it by 1 and get a number. So it's so big that you really want to just enter it in your calculator one time, and then you can use it over and over again. So that's the whole purpose of putting stuff into memory on your calculator. So in order to do this, we're going to clear it, and let's go ahead and enter our number here. So it's going to be 5.037, and then it was 885. Okay, did I get that right? All right, now I'm going to press my store button. Now, it did not store it because I did not tell what memory to put it into. So do I want to put it into memory 1, memory 2, or memory 3? So let's just say, for the sake of argument, I want to put that number into memory number 2. So if I hit the 2 button, okay, did you see that? So right up here, it just said M2. So it has now taken that number and put it into memory number 2. I could have put it into memory 1. I could have put it into memory 3 if I want to, but I just, for the sake of argument, I put it into memory 2. Now, what's the point? So who cares? So example is, I want to calculate what is 8 times this number. Now, if I had wanted to, yes, I could. Let's go ahead and clear this. And I could say 8 times that big number. So I'm not even going to bother to put it in. But I could say 8 times that number and then equals, and I would have my answer. But instead of doing that, let's do it a different way. So I'm going to say 8 and then times, and now I'm going to hit the recall button. So RCL stands for recall. Now, it did not do anything because I didn't tell it which memory to get the number from. So do you remember that the big old number was in memory number 2? So then I have to hit recall 2, and there's my number. And then hit equals, and it just did it for me. And you're saying, well, who cares? Well, remember, what would you have done? So this was this number times 8, but let's say that you needed to do 10 more numbers. So let's say that you need to multiply this by 3.7, and you need to multiply that by 2.5, and you need to multiply that by 1, and you need to multiply that by 7.8. Well, that's a lot of typing. So you would have to type that in, times 8 equals, write that number down. type in this number times this equals, and then write that number down. Whereas this way, all you've got to do is hit 8 recall memory 2 equals 3.7 recall memory 2 equals 2.5 recall memory 2 equals. And so it's much easier to do it this way by taking this big nasty number and putting it into the memory of your calculator. So this is in blue, so that means you don't need to use your memory buttons and your how to store and then to recall those numbers, but it's very, very handy to be able to do that, when you're doing stuff in lab. So that concludes my little lecture on mathematics. I hope that you enjoyed that, and I hope that you put some of these topics to good use in your various science classes. So I'll see you. Goodbye.